Have you ever felt that someone is quietly drawn to you, yet does everything in their power to conceal it? Perhaps it's in the little things, the fleeting glances they send your way, the subtle shifts in their posture when you're nearby, the gentle tension in their gestures. All of these are signs that something deeper is happening beneath the surface. But why would someone go to such lengths to hide their feelings? Could it be fear of rejection, uncertainty, or even the possibility that they themselves haven't fully understood what they feel yet? What if I told you that even in their most careful attempts to mask their emotions, there are clear signals that betray the truth? Certain behaviors and tiny actions cannot lie. If you observe closely, you may discover that this person is far more interested in you than you might have imagined. And here's the exciting part. By the end of this video, I've prepared a special surprise for those who stay until the very last moment. So stick with me. You might be astonished by what you uncover. Let's begin by diving into the first and most revealing sign: the eyes. Often called the window to the soul, the eyes are surprisingly honest when it comes to emotions. Even if someone works hard to conceal their attraction, their gaze tends to betray them. Have you noticed them looking at you when they believe no one is watching, only to quickly glance away the moment your eyes meet theirs? This happens because when we are interested in someone, there's a natural desire to observe them closely, but it's balanced by the fear of being discovered. Someone who maintains frequent eye contact, lets their gaze linger longer than usual, or seems slightly uneasy when you notice them looking is giving away a strong sign of attraction. But the eyes communicate far more than mere glances. There is a unique shimmer, an unmistakable glint in the eyes of someone who truly feels something. It's that silent, meaningful look, charged with emotions that words often cannot express. You may catch it in small instances, when they listen to you attentively as you speak, as if every word holds exceptional importance, or when they are absorbed in their own world, and yet, without even realizing it, find themselves gazing at you. It's subtle, almost fleeting, yet remarkably telling. Sometimes, this gaze becomes a silent internal struggle. The person may intentionally avoid looking directly at you, fearing their eyes might reveal the depth of their feelings. They might quickly look away, glance down at their hands, or even pretend to be preoccupied with something around them. But despite their conscious attempts, their attention keeps returning to you, even when they think no one is paying attention. Another key detail: the instant sparkle when they notice you approaching. Even if their face tries to remain neutral, their eyes betray an involuntary gleam of emotion. No matter how carefully they try to control themselves, this brief, automatic reaction often gives them away in the most unexpected moments. Additionally, the way their gaze functions in various environments is revealing. If you notice that they frequently seek out your eyes in a crowd, that your eyes meet repeatedly, or that they consistently seem to locate you first in a room, it's no coincidence. The eyes naturally gravitate toward what captures the heart, even when the mind attempts to hide it. Regular eye contact can create an almost magnetic connection, drawing two people closer without a single word being exchanged. This can occur in any setting: at work, school, a social gathering, or even simply walking down a hallway. Eyes alone can subtly reduce distance and foster intimacy without the need for verbal interaction. And then there's the classic scenario of the lost gaze. Have you noticed someone staring at you and abruptly looking away once they realize you caught them? This is common when feelings are involved. Often, the person becomes so engrossed in thoughts about you that they don't even realize they've been gazing too long. And when they catch themselves, they try to awkwardly mask it by adjusting their hair, checking their phone, or shifting their focus elsewhere. But ironically, these attempts to hide the truth only reinforce the idea that there's more beneath the surface. Nervousness also emerges in the eyes. Someone attempting to conceal interest may display fidgeting behaviors, blinking more rapidly, looking away with a small, nervous smile, or holding eye contact briefly followed by a deep breath. In these moments, their mind is conflicted. They want to maintain the connection, yet fear revealing too much. It's a subtle reflection of inner feelings, trying to remain hidden even as the eyes persistently give them away. A detail that is rarely noticed but highly revealing is pupil dilation. When we are attracted to someone, our pupils automatically expand due to a neurological response beyond conscious control. Observing this can offer a tiny yet unmistakable clue. Even when someone tries to suppress their emotions, the body unconsciously signals the truth. Some people may attempt to appear distracted, looking elsewhere while their eyes keep returning to you. They might even redirect attention toward a phone, a friend, or some nearby object, yet subtly follow your movements with their gaze. And then there's the particularly meaningful look, a gaze that transcends casual observation. It's a mixture of admiration, affection, and even desire. Rare but powerful, this look communicates what words cannot. If you've ever encountered it, you know exactly what it feels like. A silent message sent directly to the heart. Interestingly, these glances often occur in the most unexpected moments, during casual conversation, in a bustling room, or even in quiet lulls. It's as if for a brief instant, the person forgets to conceal their emotions, revealing a glimpse of what they truly feel. Even subtle facial expressions often accompany this gaze. The almost imperceptible smile when looking at you, or a side glance, hints at emotions they cannot fully articulate. Another revealing tendency is the lip glance. Someone who is attracted to you may subconsciously glance at your lips while you speak, drawn by natural attraction. Likewise, there's the knowing glance, a silent exchange that conveys shared understanding without a word. Even if they try to deny it, this eye-to-eye communication signals a strong emotional connection. If a person displays these signs consistently, you can be confident that their feelings run deeper than casual friendship. Their eyes may shy away, look away quickly, or attempt to hide their intentions, but ultimately, they return to you, betraying a natural pull toward what they truly desire. Another unmistakable sign that someone may like you, even while attempting to conceal it, is the subtle shift in their behavior when you are nearby. Have you ever noticed that their energy or demeanor seems to change the moment you enter the room? Perhaps they become more animated, start laughing more easily, or display a playful side you rarely see otherwise. Conversely, some individuals may withdraw slightly, growing quieter, more reserved, or even appearing unusually shy. This fluctuation is often involuntary, a reflection of the nervous excitement stirred by your presence. For some people, the reaction is to become noticeably more talkative. They might exaggerate jokes, tell livelier stories than usual, or even raise their voice slightly to capture your attention. This is a natural impulse, the desire to impress, to make their presence felt, and to ensure you notice them. Their body and voice unconsciously amplify, driven by heightened emotional energy. On the other hand, more introverted personalities may respond differently. Instead of increasing activity, they may shrink back slightly, speak less, avoid prolonged eye contact, or act more contemplative. This doesn't indicate disinterest. In fact, it's often a reflection of their struggle to manage intense feelings while maintaining composure. Shy individuals frequently hide their attraction by becoming more reserved, giving the impression of detachment, when in reality, their attention is fully focused on you. Nervousness is another powerful indicator. Someone trying to conceal feelings may display small, repeated gestures that betray inner tension. You might notice them fidgeting with their hands, touching their face, adjusting their hair constantly, or tapping their leg without even realizing it. Even seemingly minor movements, straightening clothes, repositioning glasses, or handling an object near them, can reflect an unconscious attempt to release built-up anxiety. These are subtle ways the body signals the internal conflict between attraction and self-control. It's important to pay attention to how consistent these behaviors are. Recurrent, small gestures of restlessness often reveal more than words can. They demonstrate that the person is emotionally affected by your presence, and that even when they try to maintain control, their body responds instinctively. Sometimes, they may even exaggerate certain actions in an effort to appear natural, yet the underlying tension still leaks through. Additionally, observe the ways they seek proximity to you, even subtly. People tend to gravitate closer to those they are attracted to, often without conscious awareness. Someone may position themselves near you in group settings, choose a seat beside you, even when other options are available, or engage in shared activities just to maintain closeness. These actions may appear coincidental, but repeated patterns reveal intentionality, a silent signal that they desire your attention and presence. Another nuance to consider is mirroring behavior. This is a psychological phenomenon in which people unconsciously imitate the gestures, postures, or expressions of those they feel drawn to. If you cross your arms, they might do the same. If you tilt your head, they may replicate the motion without even realizing it. Mirroring occurs because the brain instinctively seeks connection. It's a subtle but powerful indicator that someone is emotionally invested in your presence. You may also notice that someone becomes unusually helpful or attentive around you. Small acts of kindness, holding a door, offering assistance before anyone else, remembering tiny details from past conversations, or defending you in minor situations can demonstrate special consideration. These actions are rarely performed consciously. Rather, they reflect a genuine desire to be involved in your life and to show care. Mood fluctuations are another signal. When someone likes you but attempts to hide it, their emotional responses may shift unexpectedly depending on circumstances. For example, if you show attention towards someone else, even briefly, they might exhibit subtle signs of discomfort, a change in tone, shorter or less enthusiastic responses, or apparent distraction. These reactions occur because emotions are difficult to fully control, and even hidden feelings will manifest in micro behaviors. Interestingly, some individuals attempt to mask their interest by acting indifferent. This may seem contradictory, but it's a self-protective strategy, pretending not to care as a shield against potential rejection. They may consciously exaggerate nonchalance, show minimal reactions, or maintain a cold exterior. Yet despite these efforts, small involuntary gestures often slip through. A brief smile, an extended glance, or a subtle protective motion can betray what their words try to conceal. In essence, the body communicates the truth more convincingly than deliberate actions. No matter how much someone tries to hide their feelings, subtle behaviors, gestures, postures, proximity, and micro-expressions offer a roadmap to their genuine emotions. Observing these patterns closely reveals the underlying attraction, even if the person is doing everything they can to remain discreet. Finally, pay attention to how they attempt to engage with you in daily life. People drawn to someone will often find excuses to be near them, initiate conversations, or involve themselves in shared activities. Sometimes these actions appear coincidental or incidental, but repetition shows intention. They may discover your schedule, show up at places you frequent, or join activities you enjoy, all in subtle ways that seem unplanned but are actually motivated by interest. Similarly, watch how they respond to small moments of interaction. Someone interested will take any opportunity, however minor, to start a conversation, commenting on a random topic, offering help, or giving a disguised compliment. The content of these interactions is secondary. What matters is their consistent effort to remain connected. Behavioral changes also extend to attention to your preferences and routines. If they begin showing interest in your hobbies, favorite music, movies, or food, this is a strong sign that they want to create common ground. They may adopt similar interests, inquire about your favorite things, or subtly imitate your choices to foster connection. It's an unconscious effort to bond and align with what you enjoy. Physical proximity is another telling indicator. When someone is attracted, their body often instinctively leans toward you, whether sitting beside you or during conversation. This is a natural way to reduce distance and create a subtle physical link. Even if they try to hide it, their awareness of your presence governs their posture and movements. Have you ever noticed that being around a certain person seems to change their energy completely? Sometimes, when you're nearby, they act differently in subtle ways that hint at feelings they might be trying to hide. Maybe you've observed that they laugh more than usual, even at things that aren't particularly funny. Laughter is often a natural response to nervousness, a way to release tension. When someone is attracted to you, their brain associates your presence with something special, and in their desire to impress or appear cheerful, they may laugh more freely, exaggerating reactions to humor that wouldn't normally provoke such amusement. This isn't random. It's a subtle, involuntary sign of attraction. Another thing to watch for is how their behavior toward others changes when you're around. Have you noticed that they might alter their tone of voice, modify their posture, or even change the rhythm of their speech? If they are in a group, they might go out of their way to stand out, speak a little louder than usual, or tell stories with more energy. Yet, at the same time, they may occasionally seem distracted or forget what they intended to say mid-conversation because their attention is partly consumed by your presence. There is also a very common yet telling behavior, the tendency to subtly close distance with you whenever possible. People who harbor feelings for someone often search for chances to be closer, even without a clear reason. You might notice them choosing to sit next to you when plenty of other seats are available, joining the same discussions, or appearing in the same places you frequent, all seemingly by coincidence. But repeated patterns suggest that these actions are far from accidental. A particularly fascinating aspect is unconscious imitation, often referred to as mirroring. This psychological phenomenon occurs when someone subtly mimics the gestures, posture, or movements of the person they are attracted to without even realizing it. If you cross your arms, they may do the same a few moments later, tilt your head slightly, and they may mirror that gesture as well. This reflexive behavior happens because the brain instinctively seeks to establish rapport and connection. Mirroring is an involuntary way of saying, "I want to be close to you," without words. Small acts of consideration are also incredibly revealing. You may notice that this person goes out of their way to assist you, often before anyone else notices the need. They may offer help, hand you something without being asked, hold doors, remember minute details from earlier conversations, or even come to your defense in minor situations. These gestures, although subtle, carry a message of genuine interest and affection. Sudden changes in mood can be another indication. If someone likes you but is attempting to conceal their feelings, you may see abrupt shifts in their demeanor depending on circumstances. For instance, if you pay attention to someone else, even briefly, subtle discomfort may appear. They might modify their tone of voice, provide shorter responses, or appear less engaged in conversation. Such reactions are often involuntary. Emotions manifest in small, uncontrollable ways, revealing inner conflict and attraction. Another classic tactic is the pretense of indifference. Some people actively try to appear detached or even disinterested when they have feelings for someone. At first glance, this may seem contradictory, but it's a defense mechanism, an effort to avoid revealing vulnerability. They may act cold, exaggerate neutrality, or suppress enthusiastic reactions. Yet, despite their attempts, their body language often tells the truth. A fleeting glance, a slight protective gesture, or a subtle smile can betray what they are trying so hard to hide. No matter how much someone wants to conceal their interest, their presence alone can influence their behavior. The body communicates what the mind cannot always control. Tiny, repeated movements, whether glances, smiles, posture shifts, or gestures, speak volumes about underlying attraction. A clear and often overlooked indicator is the way they consistently find reasons to be close to you. When we like someone, we naturally seek opportunities to spend time near them, even without obvious justification. Observing someone who frequently inserts themselves into your environment, initiates conversations, or participates in activities where you are present is rarely coincidental. Even if they claim their presence is accidental, these repeated interactions suggest genuine interest. Consider how often this person seems to coincidentally appear in the same locations as you. Whether it's work, school, the gym, events, or casual hangouts, they seem to find a way to cross paths with you. Usually, there's a plausible excuse ready for why they are there, making it appear unplanned. But over time, these patterns add up, showing a deliberate, even if subtle, effort to be near you. People drawn to someone often create opportunities for interaction without being obvious. They may learn your routines or schedule and seem to happen upon you. They might attend places or activities they had no previous interest in, simply to increase the chances of seeing you. These interactions appear casual, but are purposeful under the surface. Another frequent sign is their curiosity about your interests. If you mention a movie, a series, or a hobby, suddenly they show attention or engage in related conversations, even if they had not previously expressed interest. They may listen to the same music, watch the same shows, or pretend to have knowledge about something, all as a way to build connection. It's not deception, it's the brain instinctively seeking common ground with someone they care about. Physical proximity continues to reinforce these signs. People naturally lean in or orient themselves toward those they like. This may appear minor. sitting beside you when other seats are available, leaning slightly toward you during conversation, or positioning their body so it faces you more directly. These gestures are subtle, unconscious attempts to reduce distance and maintain a link, signaling interest without a single word being spoken. It's also worth noticing how they start conversations. Any excuse becomes acceptable. A casual comment about the weather, a question about a task, a disguised compliment, or a request for help. What matters is not the topic itself, but the consistent effort to engage, maintain contact, and keep the interaction alive. Each attempt, however small, reflects a deeper intention to connect. All of these behaviors, frequent laughter, altered tone, attempts to be near, subtle mirroring, small acts of kindness, mood fluctuations, pretense of indifference, and curiosity about your interests, combine to form a clear picture. When someone exhibits these patterns repeatedly and consistently, it is a strong signal of attraction. Even if they work to hide it, their body and behavior tell the truth more clearly than words ever could. Have you ever noticed how our bodies seem to have a mind of their own when we're around someone we are drawn to? It's fascinating, really, because the way we act isn't always deliberate. Our movements, our posture, even the way we position ourselves often subconsciously seek to reduce distance and create an almost invisible connection. But what makes this truly intriguing is when the person showing interest tries very hard to hide these subtle signals. They may act as if they're oblivious to your presence, pretending to be engrossed in something else, yet every muscle, every glance, and every movement betrays an underlying awareness of where you are. They attempt to appear natural, to blend in seamlessly, yet somehow they always manage to remain within your proximity, whether you notice it or not. And if someone calls attention to how close they are, they often offer excuses. "Oh, it's just coincidence," they might say. "I didn't even notice." Deep down, though, you can sense that these explanations are only half-truths. The reality is far more revealing. This person is deliberately maintaining that closeness, even if they try to deny it outwardly. Another common behavior is the subtle alteration of daily routines to facilitate these interactions. Perhaps you begin to notice that they appear in the same locations as you, at roughly the same times, with a frequency that seems improbable to be mere coincidence. This pattern becomes noticeable because people rarely adjust their routines without a compelling reason. And if that reason is you, it's a clear demonstration of how significant their presence in your life has become. There's also the modern twist: digital closeness. This person may not only want to be physically near you, but also maintain a steady presence through messages, social media interactions, or other forms of online communication. You might find that they respond to your messages almost immediately, comment on your posts, react to your stories, or even craft inventive ways to strike up a conversation. All these efforts stem from an innate desire to remain connected, showing that their need to engage with you surpasses any attempt to hide their interest. An often overlooked but powerful indicator is genuine curiosity about your life. They want to know how your day unfolded, whether you're feeling well, what your upcoming plans might be, and even what's on your mind emotionally. Their questions are not perfunctory. They are deliberate and meaningful. When someone truly cares, they notice subtle details, remembering points you mentioned weeks ago, which signifies that your words carry weight and importance in their mind. Equally revealing is the way they react when someone else tries to capture your attention. If another person engages you in conversation or seeks to spend time with you, subtle shifts in demeanor can emerge. Perhaps they look momentarily uncomfortable, attempt to insert themselves into the discussion, or exhibit a slight mood change. The instinct to remain present and maintain closeness isn't restricted to quiet, solitary moments. It surfaces whenever there's even a potential threat of losing your attention. Furthermore, there are those consistent moments of availability that stand out. Whether it's offering help immediately when you need it, checking in on you after a hard day, or simply being ready to listen when you need to vent, these gestures are rarely accidental. When someone cares, they seek to integrate themselves into your life, to be supportive, and to be part of your everyday experiences. Constant availability is a hallmark of deep interest and genuine affection. Another compelling sign is how the person responds when physical distance is imposed, whether by circumstance or schedule. If they cannot be near you, as they normally would, they may appear restless, uneasy, or anxious. Often, they compensate by increasing digital contact, sending messages, calling, or interacting online more frequently. For someone with genuine feelings, the absence of proximity is discomforting, which makes their eagerness to bridge that gap quite revealing. Now let's talk about physical gestures, one of the most instinctive forms of signaling attraction. Even when someone is careful to hide their feelings, the body often acts first. A person who is drawn to you will naturally seek subtle physical connections. This may be nearly imperceptible, a light brush of the arm, a hug lingering just a moment longer than necessary, or a playful gesture that involves incidental touch. These fleeting moments are not random. They are instinctive demonstrations of connection and comfort. And here's a detail that makes it all even more fascinating. If the person is trying to conceal their attraction, these touches may be followed by a sudden withdrawal, as if they have just realized what they did and are attempting to hide it. That hesitation is a critical cue. The body often conveys what words cannot, and even a momentary retreat reveals the authenticity of the feeling behind the gesture. Have you also noticed how some people seem to invent reasons to touch you? It could be a casual brush against your shoulder, an adjustment to your clothing or hair, a gentle tap to get your attention, or even a handshake that lasts just a little longer than socially expected. All of these instances are often subconscious ways to create a more tangible sense of closeness. When someone is attracted to another, the natural tendency is to shrink physical distance, to make their presence felt more intimately. These impulses occur involuntarily, almost like an instinctive reflex. Frequency is also key. If the individual consistently finds moments to touch you, even in small, subtle ways, it signals a strong desire for proximity. It could be a touch on the shoulder as a greeting, a hand resting gently on your arm during conversation, or a playful nudge amid laughter. These subtle gestures often communicate more than words ever could. They indicate comfort, interest, and a wish to bridge the physical gap. And here's the fascinating part. In many cases, the person may not even realize they are doing it. Their gestures occur naturally, as spontaneous expressions of feeling rather than conscious effort. However, if they suddenly recognize that contact has occurred and attempt to step back, divert attention, or change the subject, this momentary reaction reveals more than they might intend. That split-second hesitation is crucial. It signals that the touch was not merely casual, but instead arose from a genuine impulse connected to how they feel. Observe carefully how they respond if you return the touch. Do they pull away, or do they seem to welcome it? Do they smile, extend the contact, or reciprocate with another gesture? Positive responses in these moments strongly indicate mutual interest. When attraction is present, the desire for closeness is instinctive and often shared. A further telling behavior is the proximity-distant pattern. Have you ever noticed that some people get very close, then quickly step back as though trying to regulate their impulses? This push-pull dynamic occurs because the natural urge to be near conflicts with the conscious effort to conceal feelings. It's as if the body silently says, "I want to be closer," while the mind applies the brakes to maintain composure and secrecy. We must also remember the role of eye contact. Touch is often accompanied by an expressive look, a fleeting smile, or facial expressions that communicate volumes. When someone makes physical contact while simultaneously maintaining eye contact for even a brief moment, it forges an unusually strong connection. The gaze provides insight into the emotional state of the person, revealing interest, curiosity, and the subtle desire to gauge your reactions. It's almost as if they are silently measuring your response to their presence, searching for signs of reciprocity without uttering a word. Have you ever stopped to think about how the way someone touches you can reveal so much more than words ever could? It's incredible how subtle physical gestures, which might seem completely ordinary at first glance, actually carry a wealth of unspoken emotion. The context in which these touches occur is especially telling. Does this person only make contact in casual, everyday situations, or do their gestures seem more deliberate depending on the moment? For instance, if their touch happens mainly when others are around, it could be an unconscious attempt to establish a subtle connection or to signal in a very discreet way that there is a special bond between you. Conversely, if these touches occur when you are alone, in quiet or private moments, it reflects an even deeper emotional intimacy, a kind of closeness that goes beyond surface-level interaction. Another fascinating aspect is the intensity and manner of these touches. A light, fleeting touch may indicate they are tentatively testing boundaries, curious about your reaction, and seeing if you welcome their presence. On the other hand, a firmer, more lingering touch can signal higher levels of trust, comfort, and desire to connect. If these gestures occur frequently and with natural ease, it is a very clear indicator that they enjoy your proximity and actively seek a spontaneous physical connection. There's also an interesting way people use touch to communicate without speaking. Sometimes it is a gentle tap, a small tug on your arm to guide your attention, or a casual adjustment of your clothing or hair. These indirect gestures convey "I care" without the need for verbal expression, often communicating affection in a subtle and instinctive way. Even if this person attempts to avoid direct contact, their body language may reveal their true feelings involuntarily. For example, they might lean toward you while talking, brush their hair aside repeatedly, touch their own face, or even mimic your gestures without being aware of it. This unconscious mirroring is a strong sign of genuine interest and indicates that their emotions are being expressed involuntarily through their body, often betraying what they are trying to conceal. Have you ever noticed someone always looking for excuses to give a hug? Perhaps the hug lingers just a bit longer than usual, feels tighter than necessary, or occurs at a moment you didn't anticipate. Hugging is a natural way to express affection, and when someone enjoys that closeness, it's often instinctive. The desire to feel physically near the person they like makes hugs one of the most natural gestures of connection and care. Another subtle but revealing sign is when this individual interacts with your belongings. They may casually pick up your phone, play with one of your accessories, or find ways to hold your hand under a pretense. These seemingly small gestures are subtle ways of fostering a physical bond while keeping the interaction light and unforced. Physical play is also an important indicator. Think about those lighthearted moments: a playful push, a tap on the shoulder while laughing, a gentle caress disguised as a joke. All of these spontaneous, non-verbal actions communicate attraction and affection in ways that words alone cannot. They allow the person to express interest while keeping things playful and socially acceptable. Moving on to another powerful indicator: memory and attention to detail. A person's authentic interest isn't measured solely by how often they spend time with you or how frequently they speak with you. It's also evident in how attentively they absorb the small details of your life. Someone who truly likes you unconsciously stores these details in their memory. These details might seem insignificant to others, yet for them, they are crucial. Maybe you casually mentioned a movie you wanted to see weeks ago, a particular type of food you enjoy, or a book that caught your eye. Perhaps it was a brief remark in the middle of a larger conversation, something you didn't think much of at the time. Yet, later on, this person might bring up that same movie, ask if you watched it, or suggest a place to eat that aligns with your preferences, all without prompting. This doesn't happen randomly. When someone is genuinely interested, their mind instinctively registers everything about you, and their emotional memory marks it as important. And it doesn't stop with just remembering preferences. They also notice subtle shifts in your behavior, mood, or appearance. Did you get a new haircut? They notice. Are you more tired than usual? They ask if everything is okay. Did you casually mention having a difficult day? They recall and check in later. These actions demonstrate that their attention is not superficial. They genuinely care about both what you say and how you feel. Another clear sign of interest is remembering dates and personal events that matter to you. It could be your birthday, a casual remark about a future commitment, an exam, an important meeting, or a trip you mentioned. Even more impressive, they often remember these things without having to write them down or be reminded. This indicates a deep emotional connection, as the person's mind automatically assigns importance to your life events, elevating them to a special place in memory. What makes this even more remarkable is that their actions often reflect these memories. They might send you a message wishing you luck before a significant presentation, check in on how a recent event went, or bring something small that aligns with your preferences, like a favorite snack, song, or a compliment tied to something you accomplished. These gestures, while seemingly minor, reveal genuine care and a strong desire to participate in your life meaningfully. Furthermore, if the attraction is romantic, this person will not just remember facts. They'll want to learn more about your past, your dreams, and your ambitions. They show curiosity about the stories that shaped you, your favorite activities, significant life experiences, and the things that genuinely make you happy. Their questions go beyond surface-level conversation. They aim to understand you completely, signaling a sincere desire to know you deeply. Have you noticed how some people can recall things you may have forgotten mentioning yourself? Maybe you casually shared a childhood memory, a funny story, or a small fear, and weeks later, they bring it up, showing they paid close attention. This kind of retention doesn't occur with just anyone. When someone feels a connection, even minor anecdotes become meaningful and are retained because they are emotionally significant. Another unmistakable indicator is when this person talks about you in discussions with others. It might be a compliment on something you excel at, a playful comment about a personal habit, or a remark about a preference or skill. These moments reveal that they not only notice details about you, but also think about you when you're not around, showing that you occupy a special space in their thoughts. And we can't overlook the attention they pay to the everyday nuances of your life. Someone who genuinely cares wants to know how your day went, how you're feeling, and whether anything has caused you stress or excitement. This curiosity isn't superficial, like asking, "Are you okay?" without expecting a real answer. It's sincere, rooted in a desire to understand your true state, noticing subtle changes in your tone of voice, expressions, or even your eyes, which may communicate unspoken emotions. Before we wrap things up, let's reflect a little more deeply on one particularly revealing aspect of human behavior: the way someone who genuinely likes you remembers details about you and uses that knowledge to build a connection. It's fascinating how someone can take seemingly small pieces of information, your favorite music, a preferred type of food, or an interest in a particular activity, and turn it into subtle ways of expressing care and creating shared experiences. For instance, if they know you enjoy a specific genre of music, they might send you a carefully curated playlist, suggest a song, or even invite you to a concert that aligns with your tastes. If you've ever casually mentioned a love for a certain dish or cuisine, they could recommend a restaurant that serves it or suggest trying it together. These are understated yet highly significant gestures that reveal both attention and affection. Pause for a moment and consider this. How many people in your life actually remember the details about you? We interact with countless individuals on a daily basis, but most conversations are fleeting, superficial, or merely routine. Few people genuinely listen and store the small details, the ones that reveal what truly matters to you, what you like, or how you feel. So, when someone does this naturally, spontaneously, and without any effort, it is almost always a reflection of a deeper interest or genuine emotion. After all, when we care about someone, their words carry more weight than they do for others. Every gesture they make becomes meaningful, and the little fragments of their life, things they may not even notice themselves, start to feel like they belong to you, too. Every detail, no matter how small, becomes part of the larger connection that binds you together. If you've made it this far into the video, congratulations. It's clear that you are not only attentive, but genuinely invested in understanding the subtle cues that define human relationships. Now, think carefully for a moment. Throughout everything we've discussed, how many of these signals have you already observed in someone close to you? Perhaps someone has already shown some, or even many, of these behaviors without you realizing it. Maybe it's the person who always seems to appear near you, who remembers what you like, who subtly changes their actions when you're around. Often, our focus on routine, work, or day-to-day obligations blinds us to these small yet unmistakable signals of interest. It could be a friend who consistently tries to make you laugh, someone who seems a little nervous during conversations with you, or a person who finds excuses to send you messages for no apparent reason at all. When you take a step back and observe carefully, it becomes clear that these little signs are everywhere. They may have been right in front of you all along. And here's what's most intriguing. Now that you know what to look for, your perception of the people around you may change completely. After watching this video, you might start noticing gestures, glances, and behaviors that previously escaped your attention. Perhaps someone special has already been signaling their feelings in subtle ways, and you didn't fully recognize it until now. So, what do you do with this insight? Understanding that someone has feelings for you is only the first step. The bigger question is, how do you feel about that person in return? If the answer is yes, then perhaps it's time to take a step forward, to mirror those gestures, to reciprocate subtly, and see where these feelings might lead. But if the answer is no, it's equally important to approach the situation with empathy and consideration, ensuring that you do not hurt someone who may be genuinely invested in you emotionally. Before we conclude, I want to encourage you to take one more action. If you enjoyed this video and want to continue exploring topics like this, don't forget to show your support. Hit that like button right now. This small gesture helps the channel reach more people, allows this content to spread, and lets me know that you genuinely enjoy learning about human behavior, subtle signals, and relationships. And if you haven't already subscribed, now is the perfect moment. Click that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. I always strive to bring content that helps you better understand human interactions, communication, and the often unspoken language of attraction. But that's not all. I also want to hear from you personally. Which of these signs have you noticed in someone around you? Have you ever suspected that someone liked you, and now, after watching this video, are you more certain of it? Or perhaps you've recognized these same patterns in your own behavior when interacting with someone you're interested in. Share your experiences in the comments below. I love reading them, and it's always a pleasure to interact with all of you whenever possible. And now, for the final and most exciting part. If you stayed until the very end of this video, I have a special surprise waiting for you in the comments section. Only those who watch the video in its entirety will know the secret. If you leave the secret keyword I've shared in the comments, you'll unlock an exclusive gift. So don't hesitate, like the video, leave your comment, subscribe to the channel, and activate that notification bell. And if you want to take your support even further, consider joining as a channel member. By doing so, you'll not only gain access to exclusive content, but also enjoy special perks and even participate in polls and decisions about upcoming videos. This is your chance to not only understand human behavior better, but also to engage with a community that values the intricacies of relationships, subtle gestures, and the hidden language of attraction. So take action, pay attention to the world around you, and most importantly, observe the people who might be quietly showing that they care, because these small, meaningful gestures often reveal more than words ever could. Before you go, take a moment. Thank yourself for being here, for listening, for showing up today. You don't have to have everything figured out. Just keep taking small steps. I'll see you in the next story.